In the Husky Huddle, we gather round. Coach Human and Steve Cully were never found. They talk about the team with such zeal, strategies and plays. They analyze it well. The stadium's full of cheers and shouts. UConn's got spirit, we'll never doubt. Coaches share their thoughts, it's quite the treat. In this lively huddle we always meet. Huskies, we stand tall. With Coach Schumann and Steve Cully we call. Game plans and strategies, we break it down. In the Husky Huddle, our passion won. From defensive line to wide receiver, every position we cover it all together.
All right. We are here for Husky Huddle, a monumental Husky Huddle, as we are playing Duke, the game that has been circled on our schedule all year long. The game that is going to make the difference to show that if we are for real or if we are just pretenders. And I, for one, think we are not pretenders. And I think we are going to come out and we have recovered from our decimating loss at Rice after winning against UAB last week. We are going to continue with that momentum and dominate Duke and come out with a victory. I think we have too much talent. I think Duke is too inconsistent, and I think it is our year. It is our year. We are going to do everything we can to get to that 10-win milestone. If we don't get to the 10-win milestone, we'll get to the 9-win milestone again. But that is my thought.
Are you asking my mind?
Well, of course I'm asking yours. So do I have to say it out loud? Yeah. I mean, I'm asking for you. What are your thoughts? You saw what we saw last week.
I think if we play like we played last week, we have a chance. I think Duke's a very good team. Duke has had some big wins. I think.
Oh, yes.
I think that
they're very well coached. They have a good coach the last 2 years. Well, the last several years they've had good coaching, which I think makes a difference.
Yes, no doubt. I mean, I think that if you look at some of the stats here, let's go to the CFB stats here and see what we have done here. So, we're averaging 36.9 points per game. Opponents are averaging 23.9. We have a passer rating which is off the charts. Fagano's number 13 in the country.
Yeah, I know.
5. He's 24 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, averaging 6.7 yards per play. The opponents are 5.39. We have 8 interceptions to 0, obviously. Third down conversions 43.65 to 32.5. What other big numbers here? PATs were perfect, 41 for 41, 88% on field goals made, which is pretty damn good.
Yeah, so, it was just the one he slipped on.
Yeah,
that hurt us. That was it.
Duke is averaging 35 points, giving up 28, so they're giving up a little bit more per game than we are. Obviously, they play tougher opponents. Averaging similar yards per game passing. They're 164. They've only thrown 2 interceptions. A very similar team, just to play it at the high level. Field goals, they're 66%, which is not that great, but they're perfect.
No.
On extra points. I think
extra points.
Yeah, that could be a factor. 80% red zone success, 41% on third down. Their opponents are 43% on third down. So
I mean, the thing that I think helps us is if we run the ball, they give up quite a few yards rushing per game. I believe that was their Achilles heel as far as team stats go. So I think that's where we can take an advantage. If we can establish Cam early on and get him rolling, I think that will be huge. And obviously, getting the lead early on will make a difference. And have them be one-dimensional will make a difference. Because that's something that's helped us. We saw it last week with Cam Chadwick having 3 interceptions against UAB. Once they became kind of one-dimensional, when we got the lead, they did come back slightly at the end, but we saw the difference. We saw the difference when they became really one-dimensional. We were able to stop the run. Their quarterback did not play well. They went to their quarterback. He did not play well. So that's why I think I'm looking. Yeah, the team stats that I saw, they were giving up quite a few yards rushing that they had on the year. Yeah, they had given up 1,290 yards rushing. So that's the most that I think. I mean, that's their Achilles heel on defense. Passing yards per game. They've given up 8,000 yards passing. Or I'm sorry, not 8,000. They give up 261 yards passing a game. They throw for 324. So that's why make them one-dimensional, make them throw the ball, and that's where I think Coach Brock will live and have his success, because that's when he likes to do all those exotic type of looks, type of blitzes, coverages, tries to confuse quarterbacks, and we have had the most success against teams that do not have a running quarterback. And I don't believe Duke does. So that is another major issue. We've seen all year long that the teams that have dual threat quarterbacks, we struggle against. We absolutely struggle against. So yeah, he's not even in the top for rushing. Their top running back has 557 yards rushing. Nate Shepard or Shepard Nate. And he averages 70 yards a game. So that's pretty pedestrian. And Carlisle Anderson is the rushing touchdown leader with 6. So immediately, if you look at us, the comparison, I mean, we should be able to do some good things offensively and at least score points. I mean, we're averaging 300 yards a game passing. Duke's averaging 324. We average, let's see, it's 156 yards a game rushing, Now, the only thing that concerns me again is the rushing defense. We give up 175 rushing yards a game. And now Duke does not run the ball. That's just not their game. But if that's something that they decide to take advantage of, if they put in some schemes that we haven't seen that have worked against other teams, then we will be in trouble. And they average 4.6 yards a carry. And they have averaged 136 yards per game rushing.
Right.
The top rusher only has 557 yards. While we have, Cam has not been 100% the last few weeks. He's been rushing for 70 yards a game, 60 yards a game. He has 815 yards rushing. He's averaging 5.7 yards, and he has 9 touchdowns. So he's the guy that I think is going to make this go. Him and Joe. It's him and Joe. It's their show. And, they got Terrence Smith involved a little bit more. I would love to see Victor Rosa get some more carries. I'd love to see. Well, because Cam can't carry the load if he's injured. If he's banged up.
Rosa's not a runner. I mean, he
averages 5.4 yards a carry. I think he is a runner.
Ball. I mean,
they do. They barely get him. They barely give him the ball. They've given him 24 carries all year.
24 carries he has in a year. Mel Brown 9 yards of carry. Is he back or no?
No, they're gonna redshirt him.
What about Oliver Lumber Coleman?
Again, he's another guy. He's only had 18 carries on the year, but he's averaging 6.2 yards a carry. That's why I'm just saying, Cam, if he is not 100% and we can't put him out there, then let's use the other guys. We have other talent. You put them on scholarship. You're paying them for a reason. MJ Flowers was a highly touted transfer from Eastern Illinois. He's a bigger physical back. He doesn't fit the scheme that we run. But if we go more north and south, that's what he can do. So when I would put that in there, when MJ's in the game, let's put the zone, let's go north and south. Or let's run power. Let's do something to get him going north and south. That because he's over 6 feet tall. He's 200 and something pounds. He's big. He's physical. He's tough. Let's roll with him.
Yeah.
And then defensively, it's just really, stopping the run. We give up way too much a game. I mean, we're giving up 175 yards a game. Now that's down from we were giving up over 200 yards a game before UAB. So that's down, but this is honestly the game that is going to show whether we are legitimate or we are pretenders. And I think that we have enough talent. And if we play the way we're capable of playing, and like I've said, we do at times seem to play up to the level of the competition we're playing, or we'll play down to it. I think we play up to Duke. I really do.
Is it home or at Duke?
It's home.
That's going to be good in our favor.
Well, who knows? Well, it's a later game, which is good. It's 3:30.
Yeah.
But attendance wise, it's just been rough all year.
In the first half, and second half, our rushing seems consistent. We're averaging 4.9, pretty evenly balanced across quarters. First down, ran 138 times, 633. Third down, we're averaging 6 yards a carry. Third and long, we're averaging 8 yards a carry.
Well, how'd you find that?
Yeah.
I didn't find
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Dude, Chat GBT gave you that too?
No. Nope. I have a site I go to. Let me see here. Against UAB, we only average 3.4 yards a carry. Against Rice, we average 4. Against Boston College, 3.4. We've actually been struggling a little bit running the ball the last few games.
Of course we have, because we run that bullshit outside zone, and it's just it doesn't work.
Defensively, we are. Defensively, we've done a good job overall. Opponents 21-39. We've done a pretty good job against a better job against the run, except for in one area. You know where that area is? In the goal line. Even though we're only giving up 2 yards carry, but we're giving up 10 touchdowns in the goal line. Yeah.
Once teams get close, we don't stop them.
Yeah, they seem to get in. Let me see here. Passing, offense, situational. Passing, we're exceptional inside the 20, 13 touchdowns. Very interesting. Defensively, first 15 plus, first quarter. It's been pretty good. I mean, overall, we're pretty good in the fourth quarter. I mean, other than those overtime games, really pretty good. I'm just curious about Duke here. So let me pull Duke up. Duke stats on, let me see here. Duke. All right, let me see. Duke. Oh, here's Joe. There's Joe, by the way.
Good morning.
Morning.
Sorry, Joe. I was on another show.
Oh no, Duke. I was at my podiatrist. It's not a big deal.
Oh, that's right. Thank God. Okay.
Duke is so Duke offensively on the road is rushed exceptionally well. But
really
pretty consistent. In wins,
I mean, they have two really good running backs.
In wins, they throw pretty well, Duke. But in wins, they've lost conference, out of conference. They've actually been better in conference versus unconference against unranked opponents. So let's look at this. Against unranked opponents, they're averaging 7 yards a play offensively versus 5.8 and then one ranked opponent they played against.
Who was the
Power 5 versus Power 4? Only played one non-Power 5. But yeah, overall they're very comparable. just curious their defense. Their defense has given up a good amount of yard. Not as much rushing. They're pretty good on decent on the road. They're pretty decent on the road. So I don't think I don't think that's going to be a factor in this game, especially since our fan base is low. So
Apathetic.
Yes. So I don't think that the crowd noise is going to be an issue.
I hope they show up for this game.
I think they're going to show up. They're definitely going to show up for this game.
But the problem
they haven't all year.
The problem sometimes with UConn fans is they don't cheer on their own. They need some.
You're right.
These places in college football and college basketball, and the fans are constantly cheering. Sometimes our crowds, and it happens in several sports, need a little kick in the ass to get going. They need the team to do something. Instead of inspiring the team, they have to be inspired by the team.
It's interesting. The Duke against these unranked opponents, their scoring percentage in the red zone is 83%. In wins, it's 90%. They're overall statistically, they're fairly comparable. They just played better opponents. You know what I mean? Like
yes.
Much like their quarterback's only thrown 2 picks. He's thrown like a bunch of touchdowns. Obviously, Pagano's thrown 0, which is he's up to number 13 in the country. And then I'm just looking red zone. We're very similar. 90% scoring. 92% scoring in wins. In losses, we're pretty good too. 90% scoring in the red zone. First Power 5, we're 83%. Non-Power 5, 95% in the red zone. So there is, it's not really a big deal. Overall, though, we're pretty comparable to them. Pretty comparable turnover margin. We're plus 10. Which is really good.
That's the one area we have done. We haven't turned the ball over. We haven't created a ton of turnovers, but we don't turn it over. I wish we would have created more turnovers. That is the only thing. I mean, last week was Cam Chadwick tying the record for most interceptions in a single game with 3. But otherwise, we have not created a ton of turnovers. We've only had 3 fumble recoveries on the year. And was it 7 interceptions? Yeah. 8 interceptions. So that's 9. I'm sorry, 9 total turnovers on the year. We had 1 fumble that was lost that we got. So 9 total turnovers on the year that we've created. That is not enough. But you said we're plus 10. The other one was the special teams where they muffed the punt, I remember. And we're plus 10 because we're protecting the ball offensively.
Right.
So this game is going to come down to really us starting fast again. We've been able to do that. I was looking at
consistent. We've been very consistent against all quarters.
If you look at the quarter breakdown, the first quarter and the second quarter are huge for us. We've scored 110 points in the second quarter. That's the most out of any quarter that we have.
How's the overtime period been?
The overtime has been a disaster. The overtime has been 13 points to 26. We've been doubled there. And then we get outscored in the fourth quarter, 55-69 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's not that big a margin.
No, but the second and third quarter are the ones that are big, that are the biggest difference. The third quarter, we have 85 points to the opponent's 22. So that's huge. And then the first quarter, 69 to the opponent's 30. Second quarter, 110 to the opponent's 68. So that's why we tend to start off strong. We get a lead, and then the teams make a little bit of a run in the fourth quarter.
Well, you don't do it now because it would bore the viewers to death. But you take away the CCSU.
Yeah, that changes
FIU
everything.
Games,
yes,
and those numbers are a lot different.
That changes everything. 100%.
Those numbers are totally different.
100%. That changes everything. That absolutely does change everything. I mean, if you break it down by obviously Syracuse and Delaware, even Buffalo, Boston College.
We'll take the other 6
Rice,
games. Yeah,
UAB,
take the other 6 games. That's what you.
That
Central
really...
and the FAU game, whoever the hell it was. It changes the equation. Look, I think this game comes down to one thing on Saturday: who runs the ball better? Because both teams are going to pass the ball, and both teams are going to pass the ball well. Correct. I think we can agree on that. I think it depends on whose running game is better.
Correct. No, I agree. I agree with that.
Cam will be a big part of that. What's going on with him, right? So,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they can give him the ball more than 16 times. I hope they can give him the ball 20 times.
No, I would say 20. I would guess that 20. Even if he's look.
Yeah,
I think part of the reason that they've thrown the ball more lately is they know he's been hurt. It's not just that they've become a passing offense.
Right.
So,
they don't want to get him banged up more.
Right. So my guess is 20 would be the maximum that he'd run the ball, and 12 to 15. If he only runs the ball 12 to 15 times, UConn's in trouble.
Yeah. But again, I said this to Dave, and Dave disagrees. I think Victor Rosa is capable, and I have no problem with giving him 5 carries. I know he's a good
5 carries. So what's he going to get in 5 carries? 35 yards at the most?
I mean, he's
I
averaging.
just said this. I said, who cares who Victor Rosa is a spot guy. Like
he is. He is. Yeah. He is. But I think that
not that he doesn't do a good job in that, but like you're not going to get him a lot of extra carries.
But I think
totally
what Joe said is right. Who runs the ball better? And if we cannot rely on Cam, obviously, to carry the ball 20 plus times, we have to make that up somewhere. And giving Rosa, Lundberg, Coleman some carries, MJ Flowers.
This game's not going to be decided by Victor Rosa and Oliver Lundberg, whatever his name is. It's just not.
No, it won't be.
It
won't be. It won't be. It won't be. But I think overall, being able to control the clock and run the ball will help. And obviously, it'll help the passing game. Joe, when he has the opportunity to throw play action, he's very successful. I mean, some of our biggest touchdowns have been off of play action. Skylar Bell's 80-yard touchdown run, a touchdown pass against Rice was a play action. So that's the only thing I think it opens. And Victor Rosa is a good back out of the backfield as far as catching the ball.
How many balls has he caught this year?
He has caught.
Is he even in double figures?
Yeah, he's in double figures. He is.
He's been effective.
12. He has 12. He has 12
Right,
catches.
so that's 12 catches in 8 games. They're not
12.
flooding him. Let's be realistic here, boys. They're not. Again, Steve, I love you, but Victor Rose is not. If Victor Rosa wins the game for UConn, good. But the odds are it's not going to be Victor Rosa who decides the game.
No, I agree. I'm just saying if Cam is not capable of getting it done,
then then the passing game's got to do it all.
But that's what we have seen fail. When they threw 48 times against Rice, they lost. That's why I think
in overtime.
They need to keep Joe within.
It wasn't like they got blown out. They lost in overtime. Listen, the one thing they don't want to get to is overtime.
No.
Right, exactly.
If they can avoid overtime, they probably will win the game. But yeah, I mean, I think that they're. This is going to be, I think, a back and forth game because they're very similar teams to me.
Yep, I totally agree. I think it's a game. I think it's a game in the 30s for both sides.
Yes, and the similarities are. The only thing I don't know is obviously Duke plays tougher competition, and is it apples to apples? I don't know that, but as far as the characteristics of their team, the teams, very, very similar. Similar type coaches too, right? Like,
Manny Diaz and more, yeah. And look, let's do one other thing, boys. Let's not build Duke up to be
no, they're not.
From the power year. They're a middle of the pack ACC team.
Yeah, they're not world beaters.
Middle of the pack. Now, does that make them better than UConn? Maybe, but they're not. This isn't like when UConn rolled out at Tennessee and got dusted 59-0. Okay.
Right. Yeah. No, I think this was a good job scheduling. I mean, we almost beat them last year with Nick Evers starting. So I think with Joe Figliano, with the way he's playing.
All right, we got to do one thing starting now. We got to pronounce the kid's name correctly.
Joe Figliano.
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 Figliano. It's Joe Figliano. Okay. Joe Figliano. Not okay. I got that right. All right. So his mother won't yell at me anymore. Joe Figliano. Okay. Got it. But again, I think it comes down to him. He's a tremendous leader. He's taken over this team. He's taken over this offense. And I think he's going to make a difference in this game. We're playing them at home, and we're going to keep the momentum rolling. And I think that we're going to come out with a victory. So,
what's the score?
All right. I'll give my prediction. I am going with 38-35.
Wow.
Oh, I'm kind of. I can see that. I'm going to go a little low. I'm going to say that it'll be, I would say 20. I got to go with hopefully UConn coming out with the victory here, but I'll say 28-24 UConn. Similar margin, though.
I'll give you 38-31 Duke.
That's perfect because every time that all three of us has picked the victory, we haven't had the best record. So I will take that.
Well, we did last week.
No, I know, but other times that we've done it, that it has not worked out as well. So we always need someone to go against us, and it's never me, except for the Syracuse game. I was against us for the Syracuse game, but this will be a statement win, I think, for Mora. And what if they lose? Even though,
what is it if they lose? It can't just be a statement win and we lost to a Power 4 team.
If they lose, then they really are up against it. They have to beat Air Force. They have to beat FAU. They have to finish 8-4, get to a bowl game, and get that 9th win. If they finish 9-4, they'll consider it a success despite the weak schedule. I agree. It's not the end of the world if we lose, but this is a game, like you said, we have circled it since August. This is the game that we need to show up. This is a game that, we're going to have on ESPN. And I think we can really make a statement with a win here.
It's not on ESPN.
Well, it's ESPN Plus.
Right, which is streaming, which isn't even over the air.
The ACC network. No, it's not on. It's not on the actual ESPN. No. But
it's on ESPN 3?
It's on the ACC network, which is ESPN Plus. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes, because I checked. It's not because
it is.
I could be wrong. We're home.
We're home.
It's going to be on. No, it's on CBS Sports Network.
It is on CBS. Okay, I was wrong.
So is that okay? So CBS. So I'll get that with this.
Yeah.
With ESPN and
that's YouTube. Yes.
I have YouTube, and now what the heck's going on there?
Yeah, they're still.
I get it now or no?
Yeah, CBS Sports Network. You'll get.
I'll
if you
get
have
that.
YouTube
Okay.
TV.
Yes, you'll get that.
All right,
you'll get that.
Good. I don't understand. So is ESPN getting taken away from me on YouTube?
Yes, right now,
Yep.
yes. They're disputing the charges, so there's no ESPN on YouTube. Frank had a meltdown Monday, because we couldn't watch his team, so I had to use my ESPN app on his TV so he could watch because he was losing it. So, but I have to pop off for Husky Talk with Coach Hargraves.
Hargraves?
Yeah. They're coming out, man. They're coming out. Yeah.
Let me pop on and say hello.
I will eventually. I gotta go over right now and get this going. But I will say
say hi for me.
Yeah.
And we'll see you.
That was my linebacker coach.
We'll do the post-mortem on Monday.
When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them right back at life.